Hello, people. I'm just giving it a few minutes so that a few more people I'm expecting to join. If anyone wants to speak, just uh, raise your hand or send a request. Smita, I'm inviting you. Guys, am I audible? Just show your hand or something. Hello. Okay, let's start. So, we have been looking at the recent developments with respect to Bangladesh. Now, the overall slope that the political situation is descending into is a bit worrying. Uh, Mota mota. Now, the thing is, the information that prints from their senders is like very strange. Wish to share a few insights on what is coming up until maybe like the first week of Jan or probably for the next 15 days. So first of all, we need to understand uh, the current equation is not right between the Yunus regime, the regime itself, and the so-called students and the terrorist Jamaat. So this is something which is coming up very openly today, though some of us know for a few days now, at least, the past incidents to show that things were not okay. So it is going to implode of sorts somewhere, and the current protest, which is announced for 31st of December at 3 p.m. at I mean in Dhaka. That's actually per the student coordinators or the terrorists who I call. They want to bury the constitution of 1971. They call it so Mujibist, so to speak. I don't know what is so Mujibist about it. So what? I know. So that's something which is happening. And then that protest is going to be a monumental mistake of the students and their backers because you want to throw away the legacy of 1971 72. Good luck with that. You want to bury that? Good luck. Because not just the Awami League, but also BNP will be party to it. Party to your opposition. So they will come and haunt you like hornets. That's going to happen. And God forbid, these students are like idiots. And Yunus is like the Dhritarashtra of Bangladesh, who is letting all this chaos happen and then sitting like a blind man out there. I'm sure he knows a lot. So, currently, as I understand, it's I mean the way things are going, the way these students have been abusing 1971, it's going to unintentionally they're going to combine an ally between BNP and Awami League. They they must not have even thought about it in their wildest dreams. That's where it is heading. And I'm not saying this just like that, because see, a lot of all said and done, I mean, like, mm, it's their politics. It's just like Congress and BJP in India. They have their own politics, but then when it comes to nation, I'm sure. I mean, like, they will unite at some point. Uh, First of all, their major threat is Jamaat and these elements. And then, of course, Yunus. Then maybe like they will come and fight electorally some other day. That's where this is heading. And any number of foreign powers involving all these things is going to be like, at the end of day, like, if you're going to touch 1971, it's a problem. It's a very touchy issue. That's where it is heading. I'm not saying that's going to happen for sure. That's where it is heading. Now the fun thing is, BNP is also sending some mixed signals over the last uh, few days or something, few weeks, so to speak. Um, I mean, some of the leaders have openly, I mean, vocal about how Hindus or minorities are leaving Bangladesh, how they are willing to safeguard the secular values of the country. One even went to the extent of saying Jamaat is selling in the name of Islam. I mean, they are all involved all kinds of extremist acts. Jamaat Shiver is the defeated force of 1971. This is coming from BNP, by the way. And Bengalis will not uh, accept the excesses of defeated forces of 1971. So, mota mota, it's all spinning around the 1971 legacy. And anyone who's going to throw away this legacy is going to be buried themselves. So, good luck with this. So so that's the context of today's space, and that's where Bangladesh is heading for the next 15, 20 days at least. And this will also be used as a, sorry, this will also be used as a uh, dipstick test for the students to prove their worth, to prove their uh, capabilities within the current regime, the illegitimate one. And the last point is that there have also some significant independent voices rising out of Bangladesh saying that they don't want the illegitimate regime to take any action on the constitution or the reforms. And their point is one and one only: any interim government should be responsible to hold elections. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. So these are the things which are going around. And next 15, 20 days, these things will shape up. And Jake Sullivan seems to have had a very wonderful conversation with Yunus. And let's see what are the outcomes that we will have in the next week or two. Now, I'm just opening this to others. Sanjeev Deb, I think. Sir, please unmute and speak.
Hi, actually, I would like to request you first give some mic the some other persons also. Only we two are. I am the only speaker and you are the host. Give them the speaker also that you know them personally or through the tool. Like I am
Sanjeev,
Sanjeev
sir,
from
if you're
India.
speaking, I mean, like, we are not able to hear you out.
Am I audible? Hello? Am I audible?
Uh, okay. Sanjeev, sir, I
Am
think you need to drop off and come back again and request. We're not able to hear you.
I'm audible? Am I audible?
Okay. Anyone else want to speak? Arifur Rahman, I, you can
Hello,
unmute
how
and
are you
speak,
guys?
sir.
No, let me just hear what people think about this situation right now, what is happening in Bangladesh. Then, if something is very important that I can contribute to, then I'll speak about that.
Uh, Guys, we are not able to hear you. I think you both are on mute.
Am I audible, Sniper?
Okay, so anyone
Yes,
else want
Sanjeev
to
bhai, we can hear
speak?
you, Sanjeev
Let
bhai.
me know.
Am I audible, Sniper?
Yes, yes, we can hear you.
So thank you all, and thank you, Sniper, for giving me the space today. Give me the space. The you give the direction of Bangladesh is expected. Actually, the students who are meticulously designed planned and took over the elected government from the common people of Bangladesh, and they again trying to.
Is audible to us.
Am I audible?
Yeah, yeah,
And
Sanjeev,
again
Okay.
and
you
again
were audible.
So let me only continue.
and
So
again 30
there have
and
been
again.
reports of how the minorities have been mm, up, how minorities are being very prosecuted, persecuted
Minority,
in
minority,
Bangladesh,
minorities,
and
minorities
those
issue are
reports have reached some high offices, not just in India but elsewhere as well. So those things will come out in the news in the coming weeks.
minorities are
And
yesterday one minority.
one thing which has also come up is the territorial integrity of Bangladesh. And see, as long as BNP and Awami League are in power, or for that matter, any democratic forces are in power, India will not do anything at all, except for maintaining what it is as of today. The moment Jamaat and other terrorists come to Indian borders, uh, we will do what is needful. So that's the message that has been given to Bangladesh more than once on official and unofficial channels. It's been communicated very clearly, and these things will also come out in the coming days. Looks like everyone is waiting for Jan 28th and to see how these things pan out, not just for India but for others as well. So for Bangladesh, the election is a paramount thing for now. BNP is stressing on it. The very agreements and disagreements between the regime and the Bangladesh National Party leaders is all about elections, and it'll be shock of their life for BNP if the elections happen and Yunus forms a new party and they stand for elections and they win as well, and most likely they will. If BNP loses it, they are going to lose it big time. It's a political irrelevance for them. And if Awami League leaves it or loses it, they if they are not going to contest, they might still have some chance at a later stage. But then for BNP, it's like uh, do or die. They've been waiting for this like for already like 15 years now, and again, if they are not going to get a chance, they're going to like be pushed to political irrelevance. So we need to see how this pans out. So
Uh, Sniper,
yeah,
guest
so
sniper. Excuse
any
me.
so that's it
Let me
for
in.
now. There are a few more points which I'll touch up once we start speaking. Uh, yeah, so anyone else want to speak? Just unmute and start.
Sniper, thank you. Uh, UNAS also UNAS party also tested in Bangladesh. Actually, I would like to
Mr.
say
Sanjeev,
I
are you going to
wanted to.
speak or like should I invite someone else?
No,
हाँ
Sniper Bhai,
हाँ
you're not able to hear others, so I'm not sure.
Okay.
Sanjeev Bhai is speaking, but you're not able to hear him. Not sure. We are able to hear him.
am I am I audible?
Yes, Sanjeev, you're audible to us, so I'm not sure.
May I continue? May I continue?
Guys, why are you not speaking?
Sir,
आवाज नहीं आ रहा है क्या?
I'm speaking actually. I don't think what is happening in the something that maybe some
Can
technical issues.
someone message me if you guys are able to even hear me?
Excuse me.
Sorry, Mr.
But
Sniper,
Yunus
we are
Pati,
not getting you actually.
Okay, so then
Can
why
you
are you
repeat the
not unmuting and speaking?
last thing that you have
So,
said?
Sniper, others are speaking. You are not able to hear. That's what I believe. So you might have to have a co-host where they will be running the bridge. You have to log off and log in.
Yeah, but we need to message him. Not sure he is able to hear any one of us.
Okay, I'll call him.
Arfin, SM Arfin, am I audible to you?
Yes, I can hear you. Sanjeev bhai, you can speak actually. We are listening to you.
Actually,
Okay.
I would like to say that Yunus Party also tested in Bangladesh. He has nothing to do with Bangladeshi common people. And they are also the Gen Z that we know as a brilliant students or Metavi students, whatever we call. They again started to make the trap, to make and trap, and to divert their issues and divert their minds. The common and peaceful people of Bangladeshi students and the common students by in the name of 31st December at there is some places at Bangladesh, Dhaka city. I would like to request to the Bangladeshi, all the Bangladeshi brothers and sisters and all the peoples of the world not to get trapped into their design and the plannings. As far as my knowledge, they are planning to deny the constitution and the 1971 issues. And there is a sniper. I would like to request or co-host. I'd like to request to give the mic to the Arfin Mullah. He is one of the nice activists in the Bangladesh, and now he is outside of Bangladesh. And I will come into the later after 15 minutes. I'd like to request. I would like to request to give the mic to the Arfin Mullah and Tufan. They all are from Bangladesh, and they will tell you the details about the 31st December, which is also called by the students. And please don't get into the trap. Fell into the trap in 31st December, whatever they are going to do, and in January 2025, all the scenario will be changed.
Okay, can I speak, please?
Yeah, Arfin, you can speak. You can speak.
Okay, the thing is that after Trump won the election in USA, the things actually going right for Awami League in Bangladesh, and we can see that the the Trump government is supporting the issues that is happening in the favor of Awami League, and also they are protesting the issues that is happening with the Hindus in Bangladesh, the atrocities that is happening within within the Bangladesh and against the Hindus. So the main thing is that things are going to change. Things are going to change in recent times, and we can see that there is a possibilities of military takeover of power. So in that case, they will be vulnerable. This Gen Z generation or the generation or the people, the parties, those who have made this revolution possible, they are going to be vulnerable in the recent times or in the coming times. So they are actually planning to change the the uh, the situation in Bangladesh so that they can get favor, and they are actually trying to do a mass gathering in 31st December in Shohid Minar so that they can deny the what we call this
Deny the constitution. I think the
constitution. Right, right,
constitutions
right, right.
and the
Deny the constitution.
deny the constitution.
So after that, there will be, there will be a revolutionary a team who will be uh, the advisor of Bangladesh, and they will run the country, and the constitutional rights will be dissolved. So in that case, they will be in full power of Bangladesh. So why they are so aggressive about this? Because they are saying that there is a very big chance that their power will be challenged by the army of Bangladesh, and there are a lot of other important countries like USA and Russia and India. Those who are going to play a big part in these matters. So in this situation, they will have to come up with something, and I think for that purpose, they are actually staging all of these things. From our perspective, from our military perspective, we will have to be very cautious whatever they are doing right now. Maybe BNP and they will be in different terms, and we can see that there will be some big incidents that can happen. Okay, within BNP and these other parties. So in this situation, Awami League will have to stay calm and cool so that this January 20th date can be a good initiative for us. Within that time, we will not act anything awkward, not anything unorganized. After January 20th, I think there will be some positive thing that will come out, and within this time there will be a lot of things that we will see in front of us, but we cannot just act with all of these nonsense, because this is going actually insane. The things will go insane, and we can see a lot of killings and a lot of hazardous things in the road. So people will come up with
Arfin,
other ideas. So I think in this situation, we will have to be calm and cool, and we'll have to follow the guidance of Awami League leaders. And if we see that after January 20th, the situation comes under control or anything that we should act upon, then we will do that work. And until then, just keep calm and cool. Thanks.
Arfin bhai, please say something.
Thanks, Rajiv. Friend bhai, yeah.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम, नमस्कार, सत श्री अकाल,
Namaskar.
आदाब,
Badai
अस्सलाम वालेकुम.
So
Um,
before
yeah,
Arvind starts, so just want to give a quick intro. I mean, I don't know. I mean, yesterday, I mean, day before yesterday, when we had speeches, he had spoken a lot in detail. So he is actually a central committee member from Awami League. So I didn't know that
Central
earlier.
Unit Committee
So
member.
yeah, so I'm just giving intro to you guys. Go ahead.
ना दादा, अभी मैं बांग्लादेश का सेंट्रल यूनिट कमेटी का मेंबर हूँ, तो अभी तो बांग्लादेश से बाहर हूँ अभी, तो जो अभी हो रहा है ना, जो 1 दिसंबर लेके सब लोग तो पहले से ही डिसाइड किया है ना, क्या ना, यूनुस ने वर्ल्ड के सामने, इंटरनेशनली वर्ल्ड के सामने उन्हें कह दिया, जो हम लोग रिसेट बटन प्रेस किया, ऑल पास्ट आर क्लोज नाउ, ऑल पास्ट आर मानी पास्ट हिस्ट्री आर इरेज नाउ, तो वो तो पहले ही कह दिया, जो हम लोग अभी रिसेट बटन प्रेस किया. तो कुछ दिन पहले जो 24 दिसंबर है, 24 दिसंबर जो यूएसए से कॉल आया है यूनुस के ऊपर, आप ह्यूमन राइट्स को नहीं मेंटेन कर सकते हो, अभी जो आइन श्रृंखला जो लॉ एंड ऑर्डर है वो भी डिस्ट्रॉय हो जा रहा है. तो इसके बाद भी यूनुस इस तरह क्यों कर रहा है? एक मतलब है उसका, क्या है ना, अभी वो जानता है जो बाइडेन एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन है वो अभी नहीं रहना है अभी यहाँ पर, वो 20 तारीख के पहले वो चला जाएगा। सो जाने से पहले वो सैंक्शन भी देगा। तो अभी जो हो रहा था, पहले जो बाइडेन था, बाराक ओबामा था, बिल था, हिलरी क्लिंटन था, जॉर्ज सोरोस था, तो सब लोग मिलके यूनेस्को का आप लोग अब हमारा लोग है, आप जो करना सकते हो करो। तो वहां पर बैठ के यूनेस एक मेटिकुलस डिजाइन प्लान किया था। वो मेटिकुलस डिजाइन का एक पार्ट है दिस 31 दिसंबर। क्या पार्ट है? क्या है ना, ये लोग का जो मोटिव है, इसका मोटिव क्या है? इसका मोटिव है जो चाहता है, जो ईरानी का जो स्टाइल है, ईरान का भी एक क्या कहता है, उसका भी एक आर्मी, खुद का एक आर्मी है, उसको कहता है रेवोल्यूशनरी आर्मी। हाँ, तो उस तरह के से इसका ईरानियन IRGC, आई थिंक IRGC, तो उसको फॉलो करके अभी दिसंबर जब 2 दिसंबर से यूनुस एक भीतर में एक क्या कहना ना उसको, इस्लामिक रेवोल्यूशनरी आर्मी। तो जनता थे बांग्लादेश आर्मी, those are people are in right now in Bangladesh army, they believe in 1971, some of 50 don't believe, 50 believe that 1971। तो ईरानी का जो क्या है, वो जो फॉलो करके वो स्टेप को फॉलो करके ये सब लोग ने एक अल्टरनेटिव आर्मी दिस नेम इस्लामिक रेवोल्यूशनरी आर्मी IRA बांग्लादेश में सेटल करना चाहता है। तो जब यूएसए, वो जानता है यूएसए जो बाइडेन का एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन चला जाएगा, तब आएगा ट्रम्प का एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन। ट्रम्प का एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन पहले जो बाइडेन हमको जाने से पहले सैंक्शन वैंक्शन दे जाएगा, तो मेरा बाप कौन होगा? वो क्या है ना, यूएस बार में कि बाप को खुजता है, जो वो उसका बाप कौन होगा। पहले बाप था बाइडेन, अभी बाइडेन तो चला जाएगा, तो अभी बाप कौन होगा? तो अभी बाप होगा उसका ईरान। कहना इसका टारगेट है, ये मिलिटेंट गवर्नमेंट है, वो इलीगल है, वो इलीगली तरह यहाँ पर है, यहाँ पर रह के वो कैसे भी करके पावर को अपने हाथ में लेना चाहता है, ये टारगेट है उसका। तो अभी जो हो रहा है, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन को ब्रेक करेगा, जो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन डिस्ट्रॉय कर दो, रिसेट बटन, ही सेड पास्ट। उसका स्टेप है, उसका जो मेटिकुलस डिजाइन है, उसका डिजाइन का पार्ट में ये जो उसका जो मिलिटेंट वर्कर है, ये जो सर्जिस है, हसनात है, ये सब लोग मिलके यहाँ पर एक जमात करेगा, बहुत बड़ा जमात होगा। क्यों ये बड़ा जमात होगा? पीपल को शो करने के लिए जो यहाँ पर बहुत लोग है, लोग नहीं है क्या है ना, जो मदरसा का जो स्टूडेंट है सारा बांग्लादेश से, उसको लेके यहाँ पर आएगा, आके यहाँ पर मिनिमम आई थिंक मिनिमम 4 to 5 million people will be gathered over here। यहाँ पर आके वो कहेगा जे अभी जो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन,
Sorry, Arifin, I mean like 4 to 5 million people where?
वो तो 31 में है ना, 31 में
31st वाले।
31 में जो बांग्लादेश में जो प्रोग्राम उसको कॉल
Okay.
किया, हाँ वहाँ पर वो एक
Okay.
विराट क्या करे, मोटा एक
By the way,
गैदरिंग करेगा यहाँ
Arifin,
पर आके।
Arifin, I think your voice is cracking. I'm not sure if it's just me.
क्रैकिंग अभी
हाँ अभी ठीक है।
ओके। एवं इस प्रोग्राम में वो इस्कॉन को भी कह देगा, इस्कॉन को बैन करो। दे ऑल्सो डिक्लेयर दैट इस्कॉन को बैन कराना पड़ा चाहिए। यह जो माइनॉरिटी है, माइनॉरिटी जो रिलीजियस माइनॉरिटी है, वो सेकंड क्लास सिटीजन होगा, अब फर्स्ट क्लास सिटीजन नहीं होगा। पहले जो है मोमिनुल हक एक बार कहा था, जो अन्य धर्म का होगा उसको जाजिया टैक्स देना पड़ेगा। ये भी वो उल्लेख करेगा, आप देखो ये भी उल्लेख करेगा। वेस्टर्न कल्चर को आप लोग छोड़ दो, यहाँ पर जो इस्लामिक कल्चर है उसको मानना पड़ेगा, लाइक आपको बुर्खा पहनना पड़ेगा। ये सब लोग उसको कह देगा, कह के वो जाके लास्ट में जाके कहेगा जो अभी बांग्लादेश का जो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन है, वो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन को हम लोग नहीं मानता, इसको हम डिलीट करता है, डिस्ट्रॉय कर देता है, इसको इसको इसका कोई भित्ति नहीं है। क्या उसका टारगेट है ना, जो इस कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन का मेन भित्ति क्या है? इस कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन का मेन भित्ति है 1971 का वार के बाद जो फ्रीडम कंट्री हुआ है, फ्रीडम कंट्री का जो क्या कहता है कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन है, वो 1972 पर बंगबंधु ने किया। इसके लेके वहां पर जो उसका प्रॉब्लम है 1972 का कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन, तो वो चाहेगा, वो करेगा। क्या है ना, हम लोग अभी पहले कहते थे, थोड़ा बहुत पीपल ने बिलीव किया, थोड़ा बहुत पीपल ने नहीं बिलीव किया। आफ्टर दैट बांग्लादेश पीपल आर नोज दैट, बांग्लादेश पीपल का वो बांग्लादेश पीपल को अंदर में घुस गया है, ये सब लोग क्या कर रहा है, कैसे कर रहा है, उसका मोटिव क्या है, वो सब लोग समझ गए ना। रिसेंट बाटन চেপে অতীতের যে क्या कहते हैं ना, pressing the recent button, it is everything from the past. Who said this in front of the whole world? Dr. Yunus. Who said it was meticulous design? Dr. Yunus. As there are people are happy, what happening right now in Bangladesh, people knows that that was also a design plan, a meticulous design plan. This medical design plan by this militant illegal government by Yunus. People are watching right now. कुछ देर बाद आप देखेंगे जो यहाँ पर जो बीएमपी है ना, तो बीएमपी भी 1971 को बिलीव करता है। जो भी अभी हो रहा है वो सत्ता में नहीं था, वो उसका सम वर्कर है, वर्कर अभी ट्राई कर रहा है थोड़ा बहुत बेनिफिट लेने के लिए, बट 1971 में भी अब बीएमपी था, जिया रहमान उसका जो फाउंडर है। तो 1971 को वो सब लोग भी मानता है, 1972 का कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन भी मानता है। अब 92
Arfin
का
bhai, that's what I was saying. Like, I mean, so mota mota, what is happening is 1971 is going to be a touchy point for the students and Yunus also, right? So I mean, they would not have expected this.
स्टूडेंट ब्रदर
They would have
ब्रदर यहाँ
expected.
पर एक पॉइंट है, यहाँ पर स्टूडेंट नहीं है, यहाँ पर आप कहो मदरसा के स्टूडेंट, यहाँ पर आप कहो जो जेनजी है जिसके पास कोई दिमाग नहीं होता है, हाँ उसके पास कोई जोंगी का हो।
Arfin bhai,
मेरा एक सवाल है, I'll just take
Arfin bhai,
30
just one
seconds
second.
maybe, you know.
The voice,
Yeah, am I audible?
बहुत crack हो रहा है. So I'm just
Am I audible? Am I
just give me
audible?
some time. I'll come back to you. ठीक है?
Yeah, am I
तो
audible?
the
First of
point
all?
मोटा मोटा is कि Jugantar, just one second. So mota
Sure,
mota
sure.
what Arfin
Maybe
is
it
saying
just
is like the way things are shaping up again, like the same point, 1971, you can't bury the history. Okay, for any country, history, it can't be buried just like that. It will have its own set of consequences. So that's what Arfin was explaining. Arfin bhai, just give me some time because आपका voice बहुत crack हो रहा है, and I was able to make it, but I'm not sure if others are. Just give me some time, let others speak, and then I'll come back to you again on other topics. मेरे पास है दूसरे कुछ points आपसे पूछने के लिए. Smita ji, you can. I'll come to
yeah.
Salahuddin
Yeah, may
next.
I just
Yeah.
30 seconds? May I just, for 30 seconds, in all these happenings, I just I'm from India, so I just wanted to understand what would be the role of the Bangladesh army in that. Will they not intervene, or will they also play along with UNIS on 31st if what has been thought about materialize eventually?
क्या है ना, अभी बांग्लादेश आर्मी तो कन्फ्यूज हो गया है, क्या करेगा वहां पर। उसको यूएन से लेटर आ गया है जो आप लोग बांग्लादेश में अंदर में जो हो रहा है अभी इसको ठीक करो और तुम लोग क्षमता ले लो। तो क्षमता ले लगे तो यूएन से ऑटोमेटिकली बार हो जाएगा ना। तो बांग्लादेश आर्मी अभी भी चुप जाएगा, दे आर टोटली राइट नाउ कंट्रोल बाय द पाकिस्तानी आईएस। अभी तो पाकिस्तान में भी वॉर स्टार्ट हो गया है तालिबान के साथ, अफगानिस्तान के साथ। तो पाकिस्तान वांट्स टू टेक हिज रिवेंज फ्रॉम बांग्लादेश, इसके लिए जो करना चाहिए वो करेगा। तो पाकिस्तान आर्मी टिल नाउ कंट्रोल बाय पाकिस्तानी आईएस। सो बांग्लादेश आर्मी आई थिंक they will not interfere with this. They will stand up over there for giving security of them.
Okay. So, guys, let's move on to the next speaker. We will come back to you, Arfin bhai. Smita ji.
Yes, সবাইকে নমস্কার, অভিনন্দন, and thank you very much, Sniper, for thinking about this space. In fact, we were also thinking about such an effort, but somehow, one thing happened after another, and it didn't work out. And I'm happy that lots of friends and brothers from Bangladesh are part of this space. Salahuddin has also joined us. So I'm sure there is a lot of there are a lot of inputs we can share here. I don't really want to take anybody's time because I want our brothers from Bangladesh to actually speak and take the most of the time. I will just add two, three things. Number one, there is no doubt that Muhammad Yunus regime, which is a totally illegitimate, unconstitutional regime, rose to power very fast, but it has also managed to expose itself equally fast. The kind of things that have happened, to be very honest, I did not expect that they would be deteriorating so fast. I had thought it will take some more months, but they have thoroughly exposed themselves in the last few months. And now, even the world community, which has been very, very, you know, charitable to Yunus and has been treating the Bangladesh current regime with kid gloves, is now finding it difficult to defend him because of the kind of things that are coming out of there. There is a group of Bangladeshi Hindus who are currently in Delhi. They have come through Europe. They will be holding press conferences tomorrow, that is Monday, and in the next 2, 3 days. And the kind of tales they have to narrate, it is unthinkable. Let me tell you, the stories that have appeared about the persecution of minorities, particularly the Hindu minority, is just the tip of the iceberg. This group of Bangladeshi Hindus who are currently here in Delhi, the kind of stories they have come, it is it is monstrous even to listen to them, and they have visual and other evidence to prove that what they are saying is right. That is one thing. Secondly, I think the best part of Muhammad Yunus regime is over. He is going to face some tough days ahead for the simple reason that now even the world community, which, as I said earlier, was being very charitable to him, is finding it difficult to defend him. And secondly, I think Sheikh Hasina, we are forgetting her in this entire scheme of things. Sheikh Hasina has not entirely given up. She is digging her heels. There is no way India is going to extradite her. And slowly but surely, she is going to come back into the picture. And let me tell you that the Bangladesh army and the current Bangladesh president, both of them are just trying to manage with the times, but they are not with Mohammad Yunus at any cost. They are just, वो सिर्फ समय काट रहे हैं. ना राष्ट्रपति, ना बांग्लादेश की सेना, neither of them are with Mohammad Yunus, and Yunus is going to he's going to face a tough time. Let Donald Trump take charge in a matter of few weeks, and the ISI, which is running the Jamaat and the Ansarullah Bangla and all those offshoots who try to, they use very fancy names to show themselves as local, but they are actually all part of ISI and Al Qaeda. They are going to be on a tight leash, and that is the time when it will be the best opportunity for India to take a call. I don't know whether we will do it, but I think it will be great if we utilize that opportunity. That is all I want to say, because I really didn't want to speak tonight, because I want our brothers from Bangladesh to make their point, because I think the real purpose of this space is that we should be able to listen to them. Those who have been following me on television, they know that Bangladesh has been on the priority for me for last many weeks, and I want to give the platform to our brothers from Bangladesh. Namaskar.
Thanks, Mitaji. Uh, Actually, I will connect with you separately on this. Uh, I mean, on a few issues that you mentioned. So to take that forward. So, Mr. Salah, you can speak now, sir.
Thank you very much. Namaskar, and my profound gratitude to Smita ji because she just sent me the link of this discussion. Here in Bangladesh, actually, I absolutely agree with Smita ji that Yunus regime and his conglomerate of jihad Islamists, they have been very fast in implementing their agenda for one particular reason that Yunus was before November 5th. Yunus is confidently waiting for the victory of Kamala Harris. Should she win, situation and scenarios in Bangladesh for Yunus and his cohorts would be absolutely different. But because of the victory of Donald Trump, this is a very big shockwave for Yunus because he he particularly knows that January 20th will be the very difficult time beginning for him, and he may not sustain pretty long. Now, in this case, what is happening in Bangladesh? This student and the anti discrimination movement and Jatiya Nagori Committee or National Citizen Committee, they are going to hold a rally at Central Shahid Minar the day after tomorrow, December 31st at 3 p.m. Dhaka time. And during that rally or gathering, they're going to abolish Bangladesh constitution. They are going to declare the country being ruled under the revolutionary regime, and most importantly, they will they will claim that this they have already started the process of um, this liberation revolutionary government from August 5th. But the most alarming fact here is actually they are not. This is not just mere a showdown because they are trying to gather 3 million people. They're spending lavishly towards this, and if they succeed, and if they can successfully abolish the constitution the day after tomorrow, according to my information, they will be immediately moving towards the Bangabhavan, I mean the presidential palace, asking the president to immediately resign. And they are also going to march towards Dhaka cantonment and calling upon asking the Chief of Army Staff General Wakil Zaman also to step down. Now, it is not that in Bangladesh Army everyone is against Yunus because there are quite a large number of officers in and Bangladesh Army, including the soldiers. They subscribe to radical Islam. So this is a very complicated situation, and the day after tomorrow, Jamaat Islami, Hifazat Islam, Hizb ut-Tahrir, and all other religious ultra Islamist groups and religious bigots, they are going to extend the support towards this rally. And on the other hand, Awami League is not on the field, and they cannot be under the current circumstances because the only option, only hope was BNP, but I don't know if BNP will try to confront because if the day after tomorrow's mission of Yunus becomes successful, then there will be no election in this country for at least 5 to 6 years. So for BNP, it's a bad news, and Yunus will hold the election when his party in process, Gana Shakti party, when it will have the substantial organizational capacity to run in the next general election, and Bangladesh election will be Iran type election. If they succeed in forcing the president to resign and the chief of army staff, then they will be all of them will be arrested, branded as the collaborators of quote faces Sheikh Hasina unquote, and they will be facing summary trials similarly as Iran. So the day after tomorrow is not just another day in Bangladesh. It's not just an ordinary day for Bangladesh. It's a it's a day of war, war between Yunus and the Bangladesh armed forces and secularist forces. But secularist forces like us, we are unarmed. We have nothing. We can criticize, we can write, we can speak, but we don't have the weapons. Weapons are with the army. Now we will have to see whether Bangladesh army, the day after tomorrow, and General Zaman, they take actions against those who want to turn Bangladesh into a caliphate, or if they become also their collaborator. This is very important because they are not going to keep Bangladesh a secular nation. They are going to enforce Sharia rule. And according to my information, currently they are considering three names. One is Islamic Republic of Bangladesh. Another is Islamic Caliphate of Bangladesh. The third one, I don't want to discuss even. So, in any case, if any of these names comes up as the identity of our country, the country is in trouble. And now, as respected Smitaji said, that Donald Trump will take action. I'm sure he will, but 20th January is too far away for these monsters to be given. I mean, the monsters, meaning the Yunus and his cohorts. I mean, we cannot even give them that much of time. By 20th of January, they will create huge havoc in this country. And I don't want that Donald Trump only takes some actions when Bangladesh already becomes another Pakistan, a failed state, or Afghanistan. So it's a very scary situation. Only I can say that December 31st is not an ordinary day, is not any other day. It's a very, very important. On that day, our history will be written in right way or wrong way. Maybe on January 1st, we enter the new year being a citizen of a country which is a cruel Islamic dictatorship, a caliphate, and much crueler than Afghanistan. Or we enter the new year where these evils and monsters are defeated the day after tomorrow, and we really enter a new year with new hope, with new breathing ground, and really that is what I am personally looking forward. And I have very much confidence in our armed forces, and I am sure that they will do the right thing. Thank you.
Thanks, sir. So, based on your points, no, I mean, like I have a few few comments or feedback as well. See, first of all, I mean, like marching to the presidential palace and army chief to make them resign immediately. It could happen. It could very well happen. See, because we have so many donkeys in one place, and circus is bound to happen. So, if that happens, and as you say, I mean, like if there is if the 1971 constitution is thrown out, and then if a caliphate comes right next door, then be assured India will do what is necessary. And no offense, but we don't want a caliphate next to us. So, I mean, our priorities first. We don't have any expansionist ideas, but then to save us, we have to do some certain things at certain part of time, and which is the border is artificial since the last 100 years. So, I mean, at some point it had to be changed, and India will do what is necessary if there is a caliphate. Otherwise, I mean, like we don't even uh, uh, mind. Uh, I mean, we don't want to intervene in any sort for that. The second point is on the elections front. Uh, See, last week, if I'm not wrong, there was a announcement by Yunus saying elections will be held next year, 2025 December. Uh, Soon after that, these guys jumped in and then said we are going to protest and announced the date for 31st of December this year to change the constitution and all those things. See, I see a link because the tensions have been, or rather, the equations are not okay between Yunus and the so-called students and the Jamatis. So some sort of power struggle is going on, and that's the reason why um, these things are pretty much jumbled uh, of sorts. So I'm just thinking, I mean, I'm just trying to connect dots here. So I mean, like, I might be wrong, I might be right, I'm not sure. So let time reveal. All said and done, I mean, like 31st December is quite a big day for Bangladesh. So I'll invite the next speaker now. Uh, Yugandhar, sir. Yugandhar bhai.
Yeah, hi. Hi, good evening, everyone. I think we're getting to midnight almost now. So, I was listening to all the speakers. What I see, my query was, what would be the role of the Bangladesh military establishment if such things which has been planned for 31st do materialize? And secondly, will there be a possibility on the ground, which I think should happen, for the democratic forces, be it the Awami Leagues or the BNPs, to come together and fight against this so-called caliphate or the religion-based system which is going to be enforced as per the plans. So, is there any uh, offline coordination already happening between these two forces, because that will be in the greater interest of them as well as the nation also. So those were the two things probably which we need to have a closer look moving on from here. With this, I rest my thoughts.
Okay. So on BNP and Awami League, I mean, like nobody here might know what is happening on their side. But then, yeah, I mean, as you said, I mean, democratic forces should come together because they all fought for 1971. So just like Congress and BJP, I mean, like BJP in its earlier avatars, Janasangh, or before that, some other form. So all those forces have been part of the freedom struggle. So nobody in India would dare to ditch their 1947 freedom struggle. So something of that sort might come up. Um, I mean, after all, that's something which we can hope against the hope. And on the role of military, see, how far can military see? Bangladesh military as such does not have an adversary because on three sides it's India. One like 200 kilometer, 300 kilometer stretch, there is Myanmar. Myanmar has its own issues. If need be, I mean, India can chip in to protect against Myanmar. So both Myanmar and India are not going to invade Bangladesh, so to speak, because we last time also, like, we went, did the job, came back. We didn't stay there. I mean, like, everything was founded by the people of Bangladesh. So right now, I mean, I'm not sure how BD Army will react to such a situation, and it's going to be a security threat, to be frank. And mm, 3 million people, 5 million people in one um, city will choke it. I mean, Dhaka traffic is very famous for. Uh, so, I mean, I'm not sure how that is going to pan out. But again, I mean, like, let me put a perspective here. All these protests are happening only in Dhaka, nothing on the rural areas. Say Kulna, say Mymensingh, say Sylhet. Nothing there, Comilla, nothing. It's just Dhaka. Why always Dhaka? Because beyond that, there is no. Um, there are radicals out there, but then the students don't have any uh, uh, ground base, as I assume. I'm not sure if this is true, but then I'm assuming here. So that's one thing which I've been repeatedly wondering, like how they are able to do it only in Dhaka. Just like to give you a context, Kejriwal does all his major protests in Delhi only. So something of that sort. So anyone has any point of view on this? Please share your thoughts on this, please.
No,
So
not
does
on
it?
this exactly, but let me add one thing. Uh,
Yeah.
if you look at the developments of the last 1 week or maybe 10 days, now it is completely on record in the headlines. The BNP is getting very restive about the elections. They have started feeling that Muhammad Yunus is not really doing what he should have done, and the kind of schedule
Absolutely.
that Yunus has given about the elections, that is definitely going to make the BNP cadres restive. They are already uneasy,
Ma'am, that's what I was saying.
and this
Sorry
is
to
going
interrupt,
to
but
pan
that's
out.
what I was also saying.
Yeah, so this is definitely going to pan out in some way in the coming days.
Yeah, so that's what I was saying. Like, Yunus announced elections for 2025 December. And within a week, these guys have started to throw the constitution out, and then there's like no election kind of a scenario. Now, I mean, at some point, BNP को उल्लू बनाया. They have literally said, "You be with us for the violence, but then you're not with us for the elections or something." So, I mean, I mean, they are still losing. I'm not sure what kind of a party they are running, but in BNP is still losing. The narrative, the plot, the game, they're still out. They are not playing within. They are not maintaining any tactical communication with any of their adversaries. Right now, I don't. I mean, had it been, I mean, just to give you a scenario, it is now known, so I mean, like we can share this. But even when Modi was in opposition, it is known that Modi is very known in Delhi with Congress people, and he was actually friendly with more Congress people. So, I mean, you need to have a tactical communication line with your adversary. Come on, I mean, like this is a democratic step, and all countries maintain it. In fact, even internationally, Russia and US maintain it. Now, I mean, like because of these idiots, it's not there, but then it still existed. Even today, India and Pakistan maintain it. And coming to the Jamatis, see, they are banking on Turkey, Iran, Pakistan, and all. Except Pakistan, nobody is going to actually come and help them out. Pakistan, I mean, they are not going to fight. Pakistan are the only mercenaries who will send their own mercenary soldiers to anywhere in the world for a fee. But even there, what is happening currently is Pakistan is kept busy on their western borders. So I'm not sure if they will also turn up, even for a fee. So it's like Uber search price. I mean, I mean, the more conflicts we have, if we have to spare our soldiers, then you have to pay us more. So we are not sure of the situation. So 1st January, I mean, like, I'm not sure how the new year will be, but then it's going to be very important of sorts. So let's see how this pans out. Yeah, Arvind, bhai. Go ahead.
थैंक यू फॉर गिविंग मी द फ्लोर. तो दादा मैं सुन रहा था यहाँ पर जब ये बात हो रहा था, तो पहले एक मुद्दा के लिए मैं बात करना चाहता हूँ. पहले कह रहा था जो वो सब लोग वहाँ से मार्च करके जाएगा बंग भवन जो हमारा प्रेसिडेंशियल हाउस है. देन they also go to the cantonment. सो दिस इज सो फनी थिंग है ना. ये फर्स्ट वेव जो हुआ था तब जनगण उसको बिलीव करता था. जनगण को पता नहीं था जो असल मुद्दा क्या था. तो फर्स्ट वेव जब हो गया तब जाके के पीपल को रियलाइजेशन आया है जो ये सब लोग हमके साथ ब्लफ कर रहे हैं. अभी पीपल आर नोज देम से जाने कारण जब जब भी वो डिक्लेयर किया जो सब कुछ हुआ है मेटिकुलस से डिजाइन किया था ऑल द किलिंग्स एवं उसका जो टेररिस्ट जो स्टूडेंट है स्टूडेंट नहीं है तो सब मिलिटेंट है. इसका जो स्टूडेंट है सब स्टूडेंट नहीं है सो कॉल्ड स्टूडेंट बट दे आर मिलिटेंट एंड दे आर द टेररिस्ट. तो ये टेररिस्ट पहले कहा था जो हम लोग में आगुन दिया फायर दिया कहाँ पर पुलिस स्टेशन में railway, metro rail, then we are killing also police. तब जाके गए या हम लोग अचीव करा। तो पीपल अब राइट नाउ पीपल अंडरस्टैंड है, तो वो जानता है जनगण उसके साथ नहीं है, इसलिए वो सब मदरसा से स्टूडेंट लेके पीपल गैदर करने के लिए थोड़ा बहुत जो इधर उधर का जो मदरसा है वहाँ से पीपल के लेके, कारण ऑल रेडिकल इस्लामिस्ट आर नाउ combined with this Jamaat Islam and also terrorist organization like जो पहले जो आपने कह दिया जो अंसारुल्लाह बांग्ला टीम और अदर जो टेररिस्ट हिजबुत तहरीर जमात इस्लाम के साथ ये सब टाइस हो गया। तो क्या है ना, बांग्लादेश पीपल जानता है अभी जो सॉरी तो अभी जब ये लोग आपका इसका जो हाथ है ना जो कंसंट्रेशन के ऊपर जब देगा तब बीएमपी कहो, बीएमपी क्या है ना छगल का 3 नंबर बच्चा हो गया है, उसको उल्लू बनाया, उल्लू बना के उसका जो आदमी था उसका जो सपोर्टर था उसको लेके ये यूज करके इसको छोड़ दिया, इसको यूज करके अभी छोड़ दिया। तो बीएमपी भी अभी समझ गया है जो ये सब लोग हमको भी साथ ब्लफ किया है। तो जब भी कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन पे हाथ देगा, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन 72 का कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ये मानता नहीं है, इट मीन्स यू डोंट बिलीव इन 71 वार जो पाकिस्तान का मोटिव है, जो जमात इस्लाम यहाँ पर एस्टैब्लिश करना चाहता है। तब जाके बीएमपी कहो, अदर पार्टी कहो, ऑल पार्टीज आर allies with बांग्लादेश आवामी लीग एंड पीपल आर आल्सो beside them जे हम लोग भी आपके साथ है, आप लोग प्रोटेस्ट करो। तो क्या है ना, बांग्लादेश से जनता जो बांग्लादेश का जो पीपल है वो आवामी लीग के साथ पहले भी था, और जो अब जो हिस्ट्री देखोगे 1971 जो वार हुआ में वहाँ पर जो हम लोग फ्रीडम आया हमारा जो पिता है, जाति का पिता बंगबंधु शेख मुजीबुर रहमान का नेतृत्व से आया है। तो बांग्लादेश आवामी लीग उस टाइम में लीड किया था 1971 वार को। अभी भी हम लोग जब देखेगा ये सब लोग हमारा फ्रीडम के लेके, हमारा जो 1971 के लेके प्रोटेस्ट कर रहा है, तब जाके सब लोग के साथ एक साथ होके इसके खिलाफ डराएगा। देन दे प्रोटेस्ट देम डायरेक्टली, आई सेड प्रोटेस्ट देम डायरेक्टली। और अभी यहाँ पर जो होगा इस तरह जो कैंटोनमेंट मार्च करने के चाहिए, अब जाके अब आर्मी का चेहरा देखना पाएगा, क्योंकि आर्मी का 2 भाग है। मैं पहले से कह रहा था आर्मी का 2 भाग हो गया। एक आर्मी का जो ग्रुप है वो उसको कंट्रोल बाई पाकिस्तानी आईएस, और एक आर्मी का ग्रुप है जो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन को मानता है, जो 1971 को मानता है, जो बिलीव करता है फ्रीडम को। तो एक ग्रुप है, तो क्या ना आर्मी चुप नहीं बैठेगा। तो मैं जो कर रहा था, देन वी ऑल आर गिव प्रोटेक्ट दिस रेडिकल इस्लामिस्ट जिसको हम लोग प्रेस करूंगा, और जब भी हमारा जो संविधान में हाथ देगा हम उस हाथ को तोड़ देंगे। तो एक बात है ना जो 1971 में हमारा पिता ने कहा था, बंगबंधु शेख मुजीबुर रहमान ने कहा था, रक्त যখন দিয়েছি রক্ত আরো দেব, এ দেশকে মুक्त করে ছাড়বো। तो अभी इन 2024 31 ডিসেম্বর हम लोग कहेंगे রক্ত যখন দিয়েছি রক্ত আরো দেব, বাংলাদেশকে এই রাজাকারের হাত থেকে মুক্ত করে ছাড়বো ইনশাআল্লাহ। सो वी विल फाइट विद देम। इतने इजीली, इतने आसानी से ये लोग हमारा देश को दखल करके यहाँ पर इस्लामिस्ट क्या रेडिकल इस्लामिस्ट को गवर्नमेंट फॉर्म करेगा, मिलिटेंट गवर्नमेंट फॉर्म करेगा, ये कभी नहीं होगा। वो जानता है जो 20 जनवरी उसका लास्ट है, इसके पहले जो कर सकेगा वो करना चाहेगा, बट कुछ कर नहीं सकेगा कि उसके साथ पीपल नहीं है, जनगण उसके साथ नहीं है। जनगण अभी जनगण बिलीव कर रहा है जो आवामी लीग जो था ना वो सही था, वो बांग्लादेश के लिए काम किया, बांग्लादेश डेवलपमेंट के लिए काम किया। अभी जाके सब लोग जननेत्री शेख हसीना को ढूंढ रहा है जो नेत्री कब आएगा।
दादा एक चीज है इसमें, see when you say I mean people are not with him, see there is no point to prove it, है ना। तो I mean you think कि 31st को या उसके बाद
ना प्रूफ कैसे होगा?
are
आप
you saying
बात
some kind
करोगे,
of
मैं बात करूंगा मुझको मार देगा, आप बात करोगे तो आपको मार देगा, इसलिए ना वो सब
तो
चुप
फिर
है, सब चुप है। जब
तो
वो
how
ना यही तो कहते वो ना स्पार्क होता है, स्पार्क होता है ना, सब कुछ के लिए डिस्ट्रॉय करने के लिए एक स्पार्क होता है, एक जो पावर राइज होने के लिए भी स्पार्क होता है। वो स्पार्क क्या होगा? जब आपका क्या कहता है फ्रीडम में ऊपर हाथ देगा, जब आपका कंट्री के ऊपर हाथ देगा, जब 1971 के ऊपर हाथ देगा, जब कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ऑफ 1972 ऊपर हाथ देगा, इट मींस व्हाट मींस? इट मींस दैट यू आर गोइंग टू बैक अगेन ईस्ट पाकिस्तान। वी आर नॉट ईस्ट पाकिस्तान, वी आर बांग्लादेश। तब जाके सब लोग एक
वही
होकर
तो So दादा मैं वही बता रहा हूँ, वही पूछ रहा हूँ. So how are the people going to protest against this? How are the people? Are they going to come out? Or
डेफिनेटली
are they going to
डेफिनेटली
like
डेफिनेटली बिकॉज क्या है ना, हम लोग एक छत के अंदर में
ऐसा हुआ है क्या ग्राउंड में ना? एक सेकंड दादा. सो व्हेन यू से यस डेफिनेटली, आर यू सेइंग कि उसका प्रिपरेशन चालू है?
डेफिनेटली
आई
चालू है,
मीन आर देयर
डेफिनेटली चालू है, डेफिनेटली चालू
preparations
है,
happening?
डेफिनेटली चालू है. क्या है ना, यहाँ पर पीपल नहीं खाना नहीं खा सकते अभी. जो द्रव्य मूल्य का प्राइस है और हाई हो गया. ये सब लोग अभी देख रहा है जो वो जो सब लोग आया है यहाँ पर, जो मिलिटेंट इलीगल गवर्नमेंट ने फॉर्म किया है, ये सब लोग आया है यहाँ का लूट करने के लिए. समझ आ गया ना, पीपल को समझ आ गया जो क्या कर रहा है अभी. आपका जो बच्चा है उसका भविष्य भी खराब कर दे रहा है, कंट्री को ध्वंस कर दे रहा है, तो चुप नहीं बैठेगा ना. अभी जाके बीएमपी भी आज के पहले इतने दिन में बीएमपी नहीं कहा, आज के बीएमपी भी कह दिया, तो अक्कल आ गया ना बीएमपी को अभी, जो उसको यूज करके छोड़
अभी
दिया.
आया तो प्रूव तो नहीं हुआ ना.
तो होने तो
See,
देगा ना.
I am
क्या है ना,
not
आप
trusting.
एक 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 उसूल है आपका, जो एनिमी है ना उसको आपको गलतियां करने दो, पहले उसको गलतियां करने दो, फिर जाके आप धरो जो तुम ये गलती किया. तो बांग्लादेश का पीपल भी चुप ही बैठा है अभी, जो तुम करो क्या कर सकोगे देखेंगे हम. विदाउट कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन आप कैसे एक पीएम प्रेसिडेंट को आप कह दो आपको रिजाइन करना पड़ेगा, आप कैसे कह रहे हो आप आर्मी को चीफ को चेंज करना पड़ेगा. भाई कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन है ना, कंट्री है, कंट्री को चलने के लिए एक कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन का प्रयोजन है. तो ये कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन कब आया है? आफ्टर 1971 का वार, जो इंडिया ने हमको मेरे साथ बैठकर हमको पास आकर हमारे साथ वार करके हमको ये फ्रीडम दिला दिया. फ्रीडम तब जाके 1972 पर हम ये कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन किया. अब जाके 2024 में आके यूनुस कह रहा है हम लोग रिसेट बटन चाप दिया. अरे राजा घर का बच्चा, तुम कैसे रिसेट बटन दबाएगा? तब तुम कहा थे 1971 पे तुम क्या छिड़ रहे थे? अब जाके अगर तुम कह रहे हो हम रिसेट बटन चापेंगे, हम फिर से पाकिस्तान से अलायंस हो जाएगा, क्या ना होगा से. वो अभी तक नहीं समझा. बांग्लादेश पीपल का जो जोर है ना वो अभी भी नहीं देखा है. तो अब जो एक करेगा ना तब जाके हम सब लोग एक साथ होकर प्रोटेस्ट करेंगे. मैं आपको कहा ना যে রক্ত যখন দিয়েছি রক্ত আরো দেবো, এবার বাংলাদেশকে যা জায়গার হাত থেকে মুক্ত করে ছাড়বো ইনশাল্লাহ. আমাদের স্বাধীনতা নিয়ে কেউ হাত দিতে পারবে না. নো ওয়ান ক্যান টাচ আওয়ার ফ্রিডম. ও তো ইউনুস তো कोई क्या कहूँ अब.
Hello, can I speak, please?
Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Arshin bhai. We'll come back to you, Arshin bhai.
या थैंक यू जय बांग्ला.
Can I speak? Can I speak?
Yeah.
I'm Arif.
Yeah,
Please.
please. Go ahead.
I think the scenario,
Just identify yourself, huh?
the scenario that we are actually presenting, it is far beyond that. Okay.
One sec. Mr. Arif, just identify yourself. Where are you
I'm from Bangladesh. I'm from Dhaka.
Okay.
I think
Okay, please go ahead.
the father of both BNP, Jamaat, Hafazat, for all of them, father is Pakistan. Okay. BNP, the establishment of BNP, everything was processed through Pakistan. Okay. So whatever the things that is happening in Bangladesh, we cannot just say that BNP is going to be suddenly take a U-turn and collaborate with Awami League for anything that is happened to be with the constitution. Okay. The thing is that the main problem that they are facing is that the martial law, the possibilities of martial law. So to prevent that and making that not to be happen, they are actually creating this scenario. Okay. So if they can be able to create their own kind of army and army chief and the president, then there will be no chance of making them the culprit of all of these revolutions. Okay, so they really need to establish their kind of authority, which has been trying to be taken place for quite a month ago. So I think that if Awami League thinks that Awami League is going to be collaborating with BNP, and BNP is a party who loves 1971 and they will protect 1971 uh, mm, uh, responsibility and theories. I think that is not going to happen. BNP is still now, BNP is actually creating problems for Army League, and they are killing Army League people. So I don't get I don't want to get into that uh, that uh, um, that thought that Army League and BNP will collaborate with each other and face this situation. I think what is going to happen is that whatever the outcome of 31st December, Army League, whoever is going to poke his face into this matter, or whoever wants to do something about this matter, he will be targeted. He will be targeted, and something will happen to him. Okay, their main purpose is power. They are
Sorry. I mean, like, just to rephrase, I mean, like, are you saying Army Chief will face issues post 31st?
yes. If army chief was if army chief is questioned and he is asked to resign, then they can arrange their own kind of army chief in that position, and their power will be established for a long time. Okay, that is their own motto and their wants. So I think that is what they are actually
Okay.
making the scenario of. Thank you.
Okay. So, I mean, like I mentioned earlier, if there is going to be a slightest hint of a caliphate coming up right next to us, uh, we will up our game. So, in what form? I mean, like, it is a bit dynamic to even guess as of today. So, I mean, like, let it happen as it unfolds. So there are a few movements which has happened by which has been done by Indian government. It has happened already. So let's see how this furthers, है ना? So yeah. So 31st is a big day. Let's see how this pans out. Yes, Sanjeev bhai, I see your hand is raised.
Ah, thank you everyone. Giving me the space again, Sniper. Actually, I would like to mention some points that students and their units governments are also scared and feared there. Out of fear, they also had done one thing yesterday night. They burned their secretariat building. Perhaps you guys are knows that they, out of fear, they burned their secretariat office and burned the documentary and their valuable documents. And one truck was caught by the local people, which is full of the documents. This is indication of their failure, and they also feared. And they also confirmed Yunus and his gang and Janji gang also confirmed that they will not be able to run their country. And I also informed some of my friends that after 20th January, government will change. Their government will change, and another governments will be formed under the observation of UN, India, and USA. And within 6 months, there will be another election. That is the points that I would like to share here. Thank you.
Sorry, could you repeat that? Within 6 months? Even,
Within 6 months,
I mean, the last point.
within 6 months, there will be an election under the observation of UN, India, and USA.
Okay. And the last point?
Last point was within the 6 months, there will be an election. Bangladesh,
Okay.
there will be
Cool.
an election.
Okay. Fair enough. Thanks. Arvind bhai, I'll come back to you. There's one more person who wants to talk. Charvak, uh,
Yeah, thank you.
Charvakan.
Uh,
Yeah, please go ahead.
I actually don't want to talk, but then I'd like to seek a few answers from, ideally from Asifur Rahman. Well, number one, see, there are multiple actors in this game. Bangladesh rebels are there, the radical rebels. We obviously know that, and they have been supported. They are currently being supported from Pakistan. But then, and then the Arakan army has got into the game, uh, and China has an interest in this place. See, there are multiple actors here. But currently, and see from whatever conversation happened, I understand that this game, this radical game which is going on there, is currently backed by Pakistan, and it is driven by Pakistan agenda. But then I doubt, and see Pakistan in the current situation or the situation in the last maybe 1 year or 1.5 years time, where they never would have been in a position to plan, mastermind, and execute a coup like what happened there in Bangladesh. So there must have been some other actors who were behind it, who planned it, armed and executed this through the so-called students. So is there any tangible evidence or any kind of indication, sense who was actually behind that? That's number one question. Second question is, what is the role of China? Do you see any presence, visible or invisible, direct or indirect, in the whole game? Which is, I don't think NC China will not take an active, visible role, but they always, as usual, they will play it behind the scenes. So, what is the role and what is the involvement of China in the current happenings in Bangladesh? That's the second question. Third question is, see, there are a lot of talks about this San Martin Islands, that being the motivation for this. See, the West, I mean, USA wanted that island. What is the current status? Has there been any movement in ownership or any occupation or anything that has happened in that area? Thank you very much. Three questions.
Okay, let me answer all three. I wouldn't bother my friends from Bangladesh. So,
I think the
first
question
of
was
all, is
for
there
me
any
actually,
other actor?
right?
Yeah, Asifur.
Okay, you know that
Arif, yeah, please go ahead.
in our South Asia, the main the main issue for every country is economy. Okay, economy is the main purpose that we actually do our livelihood for, do our country for. So the deep state actually trying to destabilize these economic activities, especially China wants to do one belt one road, something like that, and India is becoming a economic power in the world, maybe going to be number 2 or 3 in the world. So actually the thing is that Pakistan is already in a verge of breakdown, and in this scenario he don't really like that Bangladesh is doing very good in economically. So all the players actually want India to be panicked, so that India do something wrong, something happens to India, so that their economic activities becomes a problem for them. They face a lot of problems from international media, also international countries also. So deep state actually is playing with Pakistan in Bangladesh to establish a chaos through radicalization, through Islamic parties, and we know that these leftist Islamic parties are actually fathered by USA and the British colonial from the British colonial period for a long time, and they have been doing this for ages. And in this scenario, they have done the same thing in Bangladesh. They have created social units and teams who will actually establish the thought of misrepresentation of the government of Sheikh Hasina. So they have created all of these misinformation and propaganda so that they can bring their own agendas back and create a problem for South Asian nations, especially for India. And Pakistan is a big player for them. So I think.
Yes, yes. Hello. Up.
So I think that is the game actually. What is happening
Hello,
from the deep state?
Bangla madam nahi. Hello.
See, I'm actually talking.
Hello,
Can
Arjun
you
bhai.
talk
Hold on.
later?
Yes, just hold on, just hold on.
I know English.
Mr. Arif, just unmute and speak. Mr. Habib, just go on mute, please.
I know English, only Bangla. मैं मैं बोलूँगा आपका क्या खबर है?
Sorry, guys. Go on, Mr. Arif. Mr. Arif, you can unmute and speak. Arif, you're still on mute. Okay. Arfin, go ahead.
थैंक यू दादा। दादा मैं उसको पहले एक जो क्वेश्चन किया था उसका आंसर करूंगा, फिर एक बात करके मैं मेरा
Acha, Arfin, sorry, but that since the earlier question was not answered, let me answer it for him. Then I'll give it to you. So the first one is on uh, what are the who are the international players? So I had posted a short thread
No,
a
no,
few
not
days back
precisely and who are
on
the
who are
players. Let me clarify this. See, currently, this radical movement may be under the, is being supported by Pakistan. But Pakistan was never in a capacity to plan, strategize, and execute this plan.
so
And
that's
the
what I'm
plan was,
answering. So that's what I'm giving you a
so was
context.
it that the actors inside Bangladesh were motivated by the deep state, and then this was executed? Is there
Sir,
any
I'm just
evidence
giving
for
you a
that?
context so that you can
Yeah.
yeah. So I'm just giving you a context so that you can understand where this all started. So back in 2000s, okay, when this guy was awarded Nobel and all, after that he was parked in one university in Thailand, okay, for a very long time. Now that university was actually funded by Seattle earlier, and then later it became a Thailand funded institute, but it was still a Seattle den wherein all those useless idiots are parked who hold utopian Seattle NATO wala, mindset in Asia. So these guys were parked there. Now, what has happened when I mean, every time a fellow from US government visits Bangkok, this guy also met him. I'll give you a very recent example. On January 2024, when Sheikh Hasina won, immediately after that, within 20 days, Jake Sullivan was in Bangkok, probably met Yunus as well, and gave him like to start working for this thing, offer letter types. Okay, and just before that, by December 31st, all the people who were currently working for um, Yunus at the Yunus Center, Thailand, they all quit all their projects, wound up all their projects, including one in Jindal University in India. They all became free on 31st of December 2023. And suddenly everyone was found in that meeting in Bangkok in by the end of Jan. So it is all planned. And within 6 months, the actors that you're talking about are actually um, and just to add, why was Jake Sullivan in Bangkok? To meet Wang Yi in from China on some domestic, I mean, some bilateral. It's so strange. Wang Yi meeting Jack Sullivan in Bangkok, same place where this guy was also doing his thing. And after that, he goes to Paris for some medical something, and then he flies into Dhaka from Paris. It's so strange. And these things, I mean, like I'm sure someone from Indian media should pick this up and do a story on all these things. I can only take so much. Okay, so and uh, between Jan and June, few of our leaders also went to Bangkok. We all know who. I'm not even taking names. We all know who. And before August, also, every time something happens, uh, every time an election happens, immediately after election, someone goes to Bangkok. Bangkok may where to this day, everyone knows by now. I mean, there's a place called uh, 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 College of Engineering Excellence, whatever. There, people go from India and elsewhere and do their thing. Politically, that's the den where all the devious plans are designed, and all the brainstorming happens there. And most of us, I mean, just to give you a context, most of the Yunus Center का जो work है currently is happening in Nepal and Sri Lanka. Guess what? It's all about World Bank projects. Both economies are so big that they require Yunus Center to come and help from a microfinance guy. Just imagine. So, on and that answers your both questions on whether China is involved or not. And to add one more point, just before the coup, uh, Hasina PM as PM went to China and then cut short her trip because of you know what disrespect, and then she came back to this thing. Everything was planned according to one and one theme only, that Biden will be back. Thanks to Biden and Kamala Harris, Trump is back. So their plans collapsed, and these are like the remnants of the earlier plan. So all these are getting truncated. And again, I'm not discounting Trump either. I mean, like, what if after 5 years these guys will come back and then pose another issue? So now is the time to prune them, downsize them to a extent that they don't return. So that's where we are. And to be frank, I mean, having seen so many caliphates in every district of Middle East, we can now safely say that there will be a very tough opposition to caliphate even in Pakistan. Even Taliban is not sure whether they are a caliphate or not. So leave alone, they have coined a term called emirate. So for themselves. So I mean, they've chosen a term called emirate. They're not even they're shit scared to use the word caliphate. So I'm not sure if Bangladesh will take it up to them. But then if a caliphate comes in, be sure India will react. Thanks, Smitaji.
Yeah, so all said and done, I think we are nearing the end of this space, and it's just that we have to wait and watch. But I just want to say something which all of us already know. There's no sort of इसमें कोई रहस्य उद्घाटन नहीं है. I'm not saying anything very radical, but you see the American deep state, the CIA, it loves Pakistan, and I think it only loves Pakistan. It doesn't care for anybody else. And wherever, in any manner, directly or indirectly, they can help Pakistan to spread its tentacles. The jihadi Islami campaign or the agenda, they do it. They did it in Bangladesh. They are doing it everywhere else. My only curiosity is whether after Mr. Trump takes charge, will there be any change in that? I'm really not sure. So let's see.
That's again a $1 million question. So we have to wait and watch. I mean, like, if Trump has made peace with the so-called deep state, then we are not sure where we will be heading to either. And like, I mean, like, someone said here, I think Arif or someone. See, we might actually see some kind of interference from uh, US and other powers. So, I mean, the other day, Polydam, Poly, Polydamas, made a very interesting point on these things. I mean, I would actually invite him to speak right now. Next, I'll give it to Arifin Bhai on this particular issue. Since this has come up, let him answer and then you can talk. Yeah, Polydamas.
Hello. Hi, everybody. Thanks, Sniper, for giving me a chance to speak. I have been listening to this interesting conversation, and there are a lot of points which were made today, which were of a lot of interest and were high value points. However, my observation is I would say that I would like to keep a bird's view observation, not from the ground itself, but I just want to explain, let us understand the power structure of Bangladesh as on today. So, in today's politics, just before Yunus became the advisor on the interim government, uh, India had its political friends, established political friends in Bangladesh in the form of Awami League, and China has its established political friends in Bangladesh in the form of BNP. The West was the only were the only people who had no established political friends, and that is why the coup happened, and Yunus was installed. Now Yunus is backed by West, BNP is backed by the Chinese, and the BNP is changing tactics, which Arifin Bhai also just discussed. I believe that these are pressure tactics from China to make BNP stay in the game for a longer run. So BNP will always remain as a neutral power. So whichever way the politics moves, it will just cling to it. It just wants to be the kingmaker. As far as Jamaat is concerned, Jamaat is totally managed by ISI. I believe that caliphate cannot come here because that will impact China's business interests in the region. And terrorism, we all know that terrorism only helps the business of the West. If Pakistan is supporting terrorism in Bangladesh, it is also a clear hint that Pakistan is diverting away from China. Right. Now, the chances of caliphate, in my understanding, is only 10%. Even if it comes, it will be a copy of the Hamid Karzai model where Kabul was run with Kentucky whiskey factories. So, just a puppet, or वैसे ही चलेगा. As far as I believe that right now, the chaos which is happening, like the declaration of 31st December, this is done just to buy time so that a political puppet can be established in the form of a party. So probably Yunus is identifying people, and a new political party, which is totally backed by West, may come into existence. But as far as it actually comes into existence, the elections will be pushed away, and the only reason to push away the elections can be chaos. If everything goes peaceful, then people will start demanding elections, and Yunus and the West is not ready for elections right now. Now, what is missing? In my understanding, that on ground action is missing. The problem with waiting too long to take action is that the fire dies and people go into the mode of acceptance. So at present, I believe that common people, yes, definitely they do love their country and they can fight for it too. But the question is, under whose leadership? When I say leadership, I don't mean political party leadership. I'm talking about patriotic leadership. Like someone who does not talk about politics, but real time issues like the education loss to students that is happening, what is the future of their career, like poverty condition in rural areas. We have seen videos where we have seen people living in Dhaka and established towns talking about inflation. But what about that last man who has no clothes to wear also? Who has gone to him and asked him कि तुमको दवाई भी मिला है क्या, तुमको आज रात को खाना भी मिला है क्या? These are real time issues. The people who have been chucked out of factories, जिनको salary नहीं मिला है 4 5 months, how are those people surviving? Right. So what happened before 5th of August is exactly, it was the same thing. Till 5th of August, nobody was talking about changing the government. Everybody was talking about real time issues, and this is how they gained public support. And when there was a critical mass in the public support, the demand suddenly changed to changing the government. Right. So the entire protests was actually hijacked, and students were made a fool out of it. Now, if we have to go ahead from this point, we exactly have to replicate what was done before 5th August. People will go after people, only those leaders who talk about real time issues, and let it be a very, very common platform where everybody can come together, and it's a fair chance for all the political parties. Let people decide their own leader. But what is happening right now is that Yunus will not allow Awami League to participate in the elections freely, and they will also bring their own party. So it is again going to be an unfair elections if it happens anytime 6 months from now. So if people are actually pissed off with Yunus right now, they will have to come down on the ground. If we do not see any aggressive movements in Bangladesh right now, it means that people are going in the mode of acceptance. Thank you.
Yeah, so that's what I was also mentioning. Like, um, I mean, someone was saying like people are going to protest. So, are they protesting? Are they coming out in large numbers? So that's something we are yet to see in Bangladesh. I mean, like since August, we have not seen that happen. So let's see how that pans out.
Actually, the problem with people is that
I
the problem with people, just I'm adding just one point. The problem with civilians is that they follow the leaders, but there are exactly no leaders in Bangladesh right now who are talking about their problems. Everybody's talking about my politics was better, your politics is not good. Everybody's talking about politics, coming to power, right? This is not what common people think. It's not about Bangladesh only, it is everywhere in the world. People at least कम से कम झूठ ही बोल दो कि हम तुम्हारे साथ खड़े हैं. ये है प्रॉब्लम यहाँ पे ये हो रहा है. If I see I Awami League, if anybody is from Awami League, I just want to tell you one thing as a third person. Why I'm able to tell you is this, that if you have seen theater, so a hero knows his role, a villain knows his role, an actress knows her role, but nobody knows the entire story. They only know their own roles. But somebody sitting in the audience knows what went wrong, how the story ran, because they are observing everybody. So you can consider people, me and Sniper and other people like this who are observing you from outside. I want to tell this to Awami League people is that you should stop talking about how Awami League will come back to power. You first start talking about the problems of common man, which nobody is addressing, not even Yunus, not even students. Even the students who protested for their rights, they are not even heard today.
So I was actually, hoping for a apolitical, neutral entity which will start talking on the Yunus government. But unfortunately, as on date, to be frank, they're scared. And on ground, we haven't seen much traction either. Traction to the Yunus government's mm, illegitimate actions and proposals, so to speak. So let's see. We hope that people finally rise to say that this is not for us. After all, it's a democracy. They can come out and talk. But then, if they have accepted it, then who are we? But then, if it poses a threat to us, if they're going to fly drones near our borders, then that's a threat, and we have to do what is needful. And we have done it once. We don't mind doing it again. Just like Myanmar and Pakistan had surgical strikes, we might need to like a proposal that strikes need to happen. On we can't trust drones with these radicals. It's like giving drones to ISIS. Americans did it to Taliban, so we are not going to accept that here. Sorry. So we might expect that as well. So let's see how this pans out. Uh, yeah, one last time, Arfin bhai, we might need to close by 12. So
या
yeah,
थैंक
please
यू
go ahead.
थैंक यू तो दादा मैं पहले से कह रहा था जो इसके पहले जो भाई ने कहा हमको वो बांग्लादेश आवाम लीग गो विद बीएमपी नो मैं ये कह रहा था जब बांग्लादेश आवाम लीग नहीं है वो जो बीएमपी है ना बीएमपी दे केम एंड स्टैंड विद अस इफ दे बिलीव इन 1971 वो यदि 1971 को नहीं मानता है 1972 की भी नहीं मानता है तो वो नहीं आके हमारे साथ खड़ा होगा तो जाके क्या होगा ना as like a Jamaat, their party also be finished. Jamaat will be finished must. Today or tomorrow, Jamaat will be finished. And ये जाके जब इसको दिमाग एक है ना बीएमपी क्या है ना ट्यूबलाइट की तरह है थोड़ा कम टाइम लेके चलता है तो अब जाके वो कह रहा है जमात ये कर रहा है जमात वो कर रहा है पीपल को पता है तो वो है ना एट द एंड ऑफ द डे बीएमपी भी आवाम लीग के साथ आके खड़ा होगा 1971 के लिए 1972 का कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के लिए एक सवाल मैंने दिया आंसर किया सेकेंडली मैं कह रहा था इसके पीछे है पाकिस्तान ईरान एंड दे आर आल्सो बिहाइंड द अल-कायदा हिजबुत तहरीर आईएसआईएस दे आर बिहाइंड देम राइट सो अभी जो क्या है ना पाकिस्तान का खुद का वार स्टार्ट हो गया तो थोड़ा बहुत यहाँ पर थोड़ा बहुत भी क्या है ना मैनिपुलेट करने का चाहिए एट द एंड ऑफ द डे इंडिया यूएसए दे बोथ believe a country constitution. Without a country constitution, they cannot do anything. तो क्या है ना घूर फिर के वो जाके क्षमता जो पावर का बात आ रहा है वो जाके दोनों मिलके ये डिसाइड करेगा जो पावर फिर से कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन को वाइज आप लोग भेजो किसको जैसे आप लोग भेज दिया शेख हसीना को आवर पीएम आवर जनरल शेख हसीना को उसके पास पावर दो देकर एक ईयर टाइम देगा जो उसको 1 ईयर टाइम दे रहा हो हम लोग उस इलेक्शन में हम लोग मॉनिटरिंग करेंगे वहां पर लिविंग प्लेन फील्ड क्रिएट करेंगे वहां पर आप लोग इलेक्शन करो तो जाके रिजल्ट आएगा तो एट द एंड ऑफ द डे द जस्टिस पावर कम बैक करेगा अभी भी बांग्लादेश आवाम लीग पीपल के लिए बात कर रहा है जो अभी बांग्लादेश के प्राय 60 to 80,000 पीपल आर अनएम्प्लॉयड इन गारमेंट्स और वहां पर बहुत सारे गारमेंट्स बंद हो गया उसके बाद कौन बात उसको लिए बात किया हमारा पीएम बात किया जनरल शेख हसीना बांग्लादेश आवाम लीग ऑलवेज स्टैंड फॉर द पीपल they always talk about people they're thinking about the country and people's country so एक लास्ट बात मैं कह रहा हूँ जो फर्स्ट वेव था 5 अगस्त में तब जाके पीपल ब्लफ हुआ है तो जाके उतना बड़ा हो गया तो सेकंड वेव जो ये लोग करना चाहते हैं ना जो रेडिकल इस्लामिस्ट को लेके मिलिटेंट को लेके 31 दिसंबर वो कुछ नहीं होगा इंशाल्लाह थर्ड वेव आएगा कब जब 20 जनवरी ट्रम्प आके वहां पर क्षमता लेगा क्या ना ट्रम्प का सीआईए आपा ने कहा हमको सीआईए का जो हेड होगा वो हो तुलसी गाबर्ट तो तुलसी गाबर्ट और इंडिया का जो नेशनल सिक्योरिटी एडवाइजर है अजित डोभाल साहब
Tulsi Gabbard is DNI.
DNA and
She's not for CIA.
CIA no, DNA and sorry for that and इंडियन का जो नेशनल सिक्योरिटी एडवाइजर है अजित डोभाल साहब ये दोनों मिलके बांग्लादेश में ना ये रेडिकलिज्म एस्टेब्लिश होने नहीं देगा मोदी जी भी नहीं चाहता है एंड ट्रम्प भी नहीं चाहेगा तो एट द एंड ऑफ द डे मैं ये बात एक लास्ट बात कहना चाहता हूँ যে এইবারের সংগ্রাম স্বাধীনতা রক্ষার সংগ্রাম এইবারের সংগ্রাম বাংলাদেশকে রাজাকারের হাত থেকে মুক্ত করার সংগ্রাম ইফ দে পুট देयर হ্যান্ডস অন দ্য 1972 কনস্টিটিউশন উই উইল প্রোটেক্ট देम উইথ आवर পিপল জয় বাংলা
Thanks. So overall, just is like 1971 issue might backfire on Yunus. He might actually dissociate himself with from the students, and students are like the uh, rats in laboratory. They're just testing with them. If people doesn't if people don't come onto the streets and then protest, then it's going to be stamped as an approval. So that's where it is right now. So hopefully people will come out. And the other thing is like unintentionally, this 1971 issue will unite BNP and Awami League at some point. I mean, tactically, oh, sahi hai. Even we have cross-party, bipartisan cooperation in any democracy, so that's okay. बाकी मतलब पॉलिटिक्स तो चलता रहेगा, but then at a higher level, this should happen. Otherwise, I mean, like we are seeing a caliphate. So that's where it is mota mota. One last speaker for the day, like uh, Priyanka Chaudhary. Yeah, please go ahead now. Ms. Priyanka Chaudhary, please go ahead, unmute and speak. Uh, can you hear us, Priyanka? Okay, we have time for one last speaker. Anyone wants to add another point? Any other point, or we can
Yes.
end it?
Sniper, can I ask one more question, please?
खत्म ही नहीं होता ना आपका. Yeah, start.
See, I know that and see, China wants to checkmate India in as many ways as possible. But at the same time, it's very difficult to believe that NC China colluded with the deep state to destabilize this Bangladesh in the interest of upsetting India. So, but China has a big stake in Bangladesh also. They have made a lot of investments there. They have made they have a big stake in the whole game which is going on. So, is China now acting as a very passive element who's not getting involved or taking interest in the activities which are going on in Bangladesh? Are they silent on all these things and they're mere bystanders watching this?
Sorry, I didn't get the last part.
I'm asking NC, is China playing any active role or are they merely bystanders watching the whole game which is going on?
No,
Because
see,
as per what I can
China,
understand, yeah,
China is not playing with um, uh, anyone lower than what it thinks it is. Okay, so it is always playing with the bigger power, and it plays with only two people: US and Russia, probably to some extent Europe. I mean, it's below its feet now, so it doesn't treat well Europeans as well. US and Russia are the only two people it thinks it should speak to. So anyone lesser, they would want to crush. So there they are. So anything that happens to a so-called lesser mortal, um, they are always present there. Be it in Africa, be it in Latin America, be it in Asia, anywhere. You name it. In fact, I'll tell you one more thing. The recent supply of RTX that came to Bangladesh was actually from Cambodia or Laos. है ना? And it is known that both these countries are from the Chinese basket of spheres of influence. So yeah, they're always involved.
Oh.
So
Can I answer this short? I'll just take a short,
y-
take short time. Right. So as far as
yeah, please.
China's involvement is concerned, I would say that see, China plays for a long term. It plans for 20 years, 25 years. And China has actually become such a robust country by only and only focusing on business interests. As far as US is concerned, the primary business that Americans have is creating weapons. As far as Chinese are concerned, it is mostly of a service class sector. So the US has fought with the entire world with its weapons business, and Chinese are doing the same with their service business. As far as you raised the question that it is difficult to believe that China and US must have been together behind the curtains. In case of Bangladesh, see, I believe that when it comes to international politics, it is a subject-wise association. So if the subject is Taiwan, China will not talk to US. If the subject is regarding Pakistan, particularly the Arabian Sea resources, I think that all three can sleep together. Right. Now, as far as what China is doing right now, it is not a passive observer in what is going on in PD. But at the same time, what China does is that it knows very clearly that it cannot play the aggressive game. because it is going to disrupt its long-term business interests. So what it does is it watches what the West is doing, it watches what India is doing, it watches what is happening on the ground, and then it will keep on driving BNP and its other allies so that they remain in the game for a longer term.
Point. And do you think
Sniper,
China will use BNP
Sniper, I
again?
would like to, Sniper, I would like to give one more information. May I proceed?
Just one second, Sanjeev sir.
Actually, I am
Uh,
from Northeast, and I would like to give you one information to the whole listeners to you that our states are also informed and notified by the DM that all the borders have been sealed up to 25th February 2025. It has been notified and noticed through the DM 144 has been issued in our states. It is for it is for
sorry,
information.
can you come again? Can you come again?
Our states are also notified and noticed issued by the DM that all the border areas are imposed 144. It is not. It is only for your information. Up to 25 February to 25 फरवरी तक ये इम्पोज रहेगा. हमारे यहाँ का जो बॉर्डर एरिया है पूरा सील कर दिया गया है और यहाँ पे आज से 28 से ये नोटिफिकेशन जारी हुआ डीएम की तरफ से. वो नोटिफिकेशन है मेरे पास, अभी मैं यहाँ पे नहीं दे सकूंगा, किसी फ्रेंड को मैंने दिया है. वो आज ही वो नोटिफिकेशन जारी हुआ है. पूरा बॉर्डर को सील कर दिया गया है. 144 जारी हो गया पूरा बॉर्डर एरिया पे 6 बजे से रात में 6 PM to 6 AM. Common people can't move. We common people can't move there. Only the military personals, only for the military personals and official personals are allowed to the move on that area up to 500 meters.
Okay, noted. Okay, people. I mean, like it's time already. So just to, just to thank all of you. Lots of insights, and thanks to our friends from Bangladesh. Next time, I think we might have it on 31st around 10 p.m. Do join us, and we will try to have more people from Bangladesh and some other influencers as well from from Bangladesh. So we'll have more insights. We'll try to have a couple of people from BNP as well if they're interested. See, ultimate idea is to have a view for Bangladesh as a whole and not to one party or one set of people. So we're trying to uh, help them arrive there. This is all we can do for now. So let's see. Let's wait for 31st to unfold. Rest we'll later check. We'll reconnect again. Thanks once again. Bye, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dada. Thank you. Thank you, Dada. Jai Bangla.
Thanks. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good night.
Yeah, please join again. Yeah, thanks.